We're consuming more information than any humans in history. We have access to more knowledge, communication, entertainment, and stimulation than ever before. Yet many of us feel less connected to ourselves than ever before as well. And I think that's worth unpacking. For most of human history, there were long stretches of time where nothing demanded your attention. You could just have time to just sit and be. But now there's always something. A text, an email, social media, the news, another person's opinion, endless information, and all the other nonsense competing for our attention. We become so accustomed to constant input that we've forgotten how to experience silence. Stillness doesn't mean an empty mind. It's a mind that's calm enough to actually hear itself. A mind that isn't being pulled in a dozen directions at once. One thing I've noticed in my own life is that when I go too long without slowing down and becoming still, I start to feel clouded. I'm not able to fully dial in. I'm not able to give my full presence to what's in front of me. For someone else, it may show up entirely different. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's overwhelm. Maybe you feel really scattered, or just a lack of creativity. The symptoms will always be different, but it's a familiar feeling when we've drifted too far away from ourselves. Somewhere along the way, we've stopped leaving space. Waiting in line, phone. 5 free minutes, phone. Sitting in your car, phone. At home alone, TV and your phone. We become experts at filling every empty moment. Let's take a second to simply consider being in stillness. Is there comfort or discomfort in the silence? Let me ask you this. Why are we so uncomfortable doing nothing? Is it society tells us we always have to be doing something? Why do we feel we need to fill every moment? When did doing nothing become a problem? Stillness lets you actually hear yourself. And I think that's becoming increasingly rare. We're constantly listening to other people's words, everything around us, which can keep us from actually hearing and creating our own. Discovering what we actually think, what we actually feel, our own inner knowing. Sometimes I think we suffer from something else entirely. Awareness deficit disorder. We become so focused on what's happening around us that we've lost touch with what's happening within us. When you're reaching for your phone, what are you hoping to avoid? Or what are you hoping to find? If we're constantly consuming, when do we stop long enough to integrate any of it, to make our own meaning, to discover what it really means to us? Because there comes a point when more input starts drowning out our own signal. For me, stillness is where vision appears. It's where possibilities appear. It's where creativity begins to flow out of me. It's where some of my clearest insights emerge. Not because I'm thinking harder, but because thinking and knowing are actually different sources. Thinking comes from the mind. Stillness gives us access to something deeper, our intuition. And intuition doesn't usually arrive as a thought. Interesting, it kind of arrives as like a feeling, a knowing, a sense of truth. Something that often feels more true than thought itself. Thousands of times in my life, stillness has given me answers that thinking couldn't. I'm not saying thinking is bad, but because some things can't be forced, some things need more space. We become so accustomed to consuming that we've forgotten to simply just be. And maybe that boredom has something to teach us. As kids, boredom often led to imagination, creativity, exploration, that beautiful curiosity. What if curiosity, wonder, creativity, and imagination are just waiting on the other side of boredom? What if we've been running from the very doorway that leads us back to ourselves? Stillness doesn't create the noise. Stillness reveals the noise. If you sit quietly for a few minutes and your mind immediately starts racing, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're finally noticing what was already there. And actual awareness is always the first step towards clarity, towards connection, towards hearing yourself again. We spend so much of our lives listening to everything around us. But when was the last time you sat quietly with yourself long enough to hear your own voice? And what if the insight you've been looking for has been there all along, simply waiting for a moment of silence?